The Miraculous Horses. Once upon a time, there was a 7-year-old boy named Tirth who lived in India with his parents and 2-year-old brother Darshan. Tirth always asked his parents, "Please, please, please, may I have a horse?" He would ask this question about 10 times a day. Every time the answer was, "No, you can't have a horse because we travel back and forth to India every 6 months." Tirth was very sad, but he would tell Darshan that one day he would get a horse. When he got the horse, he would take Darshan everywhere on that horse. Darshan was very happy and looked forward to having a horse. One day, Tirth was taking a walk in the morning and he saw a tree. The tree was glowing and beautiful. Tirth thought, "I walk by here every day. How could I not have seen this tree?" He took a closer look. He saw beautiful ripe mangoes on the tree. He ate mangoes until he could not eat any more. While he was eating, he thought, "I can't be the only one who found this tree." He looked over and saw a beautiful black horse that was shining with blue, eating mangoes. Tirth decided to call him Sardar. Tirth knew everything about horses. He knew how to make a rope out of vines for a horse to lead it with. He made a rope and quickly put it on Sardar. Sardar seemed wild, but he listened to Tirth. Tirth took Sardar to his house and tied him up. Tirth went and got his great-grandfather's saddle and put it on Sardar. Tirth took Darshan and put him on Sardar and sat behind him. They started riding. Sardar took a big jump and they landed in Africa. Darshan was happy and started laughing and clapping. Sardar jumped to New Zealand next. Sardar jumped all over the world. In the middle of South America, Sardar stopped. Tirth tried to get Sardar to move, but he wouldn't. Tirth looked around and saw a little brown pony. Darshan said, "Shorta!" He climbed down from Sardar and climbed on Shorta, who already had a saddle. Sardar and Shorta jumped around the world together. After an hour, they went back home. Their parents were worried and looking for them. When they saw the horses, they said, "Where did you get these horses from?" Tirth said, "Come." And his daddy got on Sardar behind him, and his mommy got on Shorta behind Darshan. They jumped to Canada to their house. They had tea and visited their relatives. Then they jumped back to their house in India. Their parents were so happy with Sardar and Shorta. They kept the horses and saved so much money on airplane tickets. They jumped back to Canada every week to visit their relatives. Tirth and Darshan had the world's best horses, and they lived happily ever after with their parents and their horses, Sardar and Shorta.